Welcome back, people of YouTube. I am back for yet another review, so stick around till the end and make sure to bring a friend. I am Saver Planet Gaming, and this is Strange Brigade. Don't go away.
At least still haven't even checked the fucking trailer, so I don't care. I literally don't care anymore.
What the fucking scorpions? Where move?
I just let down every.
Okay, so gameplay. What you see in the background here is my own gameplay recorded over the past couple of weeks or so. Me and my friend both played through the same game. It's a co-op campaign. Rebellion Games is the game developer. The game length is around 8 hours. It plays like a third-person shoot 'em up kind of puzzle sort of game, but that's just the frame of the game. So let's talk about the actual gameplay. So the story of Strange Brigade is a pretty simple and straightforward one. It plays pretty much exactly how you would think it would play, and it's almost page by page similar to Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, especially in the fact that they both circle around the Egyptian mythology. As for main characters in the game, there's 4 to choose from, and in my opinion, they don't ever really get any character development. Actually, in my opinion, the main character isn't any of the people you play as, because you see in Strange Brigade, there is a narrator that narrates literally everything that happens. If you're AFK for 1 second, he'll be like, "Oh, you're not moving." But, you know, some people love him, some people hate him. But he is more of a main character to the story than any of the 4 playable ones.
Like the local wildlife found Harbin long before the Brigade. How gruesome.
Nice gun. Got the Magnum.
By the Lord Harry, this can't be good.
As far as combat goes, it's pretty damn fun. There is a good variety of weapons, from shotgun to Tommy guns.
A lot of mummies back there.
And a handful of grenades to choose from. And, you know, you can pick 1 to 4 specials and you're off. Now, it's almost a good thing that this game was around only 8 hours, because I think that there is a slim chance that combat might get repetitive at some point. I mean, yes, there is a pretty big variety of enemies to fight, but for the most part, combat stays in the same lane. In the history of any game made pretty much ever, one thing that is always constant in them is boss levels. I mean, it's a given. One thing that Strange Brigade does really, really well is the boss levels. They're by far the main event, the centerpiece of the dinner table, aka the main point of attraction. Boss levels, in short, are the most memorable of any level by far.
Pirate Lord Tiberian.
Oh, he's coming at you.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna get my special going here.
My sniper bolts.
He's taking a lot of damage from my special.
Oh, what a show.
I can throw my fucking landmine on it pretty quick.
Here we are, gameplay racking in a total of 72 out of 100 pros. Great boss fights, and this game is completely co-op campaign. There's not enough co-op campaign games. I mean, yeah, sure, there's multiplayer, there's Call of Duty. That's not an actual like story campaign though. But cons, we got a tad bit repetitive, just a little bit in the combat scenario. Wasn't much. It pretty much stayed in the same lane. But that's all for gameplay. We still got 2 categories left, so let's jump right into the game's presentation.
Let's get ready.
What did you press? No, I was kidding. No.
Oh, you see these symbols right here?
Oh shit. Yeah.
So for Strange Brigade's presentation, there's 2 roads to go down. One is really bad. The other is really good. Let's go down the good, shall we? So what Strange Brigade really does really well is how they present new enemies onto the player. For those of you who have played it, it's pretty similar to Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Every new enemy you meet has a great intro. Just take a look.
A rumbling in the deep. What on earth could... Oh, good lord! What monstrous miscreation is this? What's this? A bombardier over troubled water? Watch out, strange brigade. This is an explosive situation to be sure. Oh, typical. These armored assailants have brought shields, the bounders.
Another thing I would like to touch on under the umbrella presentation before we move on to the bad is just how stylish and good the voice acting is in this game. I mean, it's not like a serious voice acting movie type. It's more of a fun, relaxed style of voice acting that the game goes for, and it works pretty good. So what I think Strange Brigade got really wrong: the music. How many soundtracks are in the game? 0. There's a credit song, sort of, and when you're fighting enemies in a horde, there might be like an action track behind it, maybe. That's it. I mean, there are like 5-second sound effects that sound like music is gonna start to play, but the game is so dry for music, it's unbelievable. Not even a main menu theme, just running around trying to solve puzzles, there's nothing in the background. Try playing a platformer with no music when you're just collecting stuff. It's just daunting. I mean, still no music, it is really unbelievable. Where the neutral line is in Strange Brigade's presentation is in the setting. There are a handful of levels in the game, and the setting is pretty great. Most of it is spent in an Egyptian-style land with the odd city or maybe underground inside the caves kind of level thrown in, and I know it's based on Egyptian mythology, but I would have loved maybe a level, this is wishful thinking, but maybe a level in like the pouring rains of an African forest, or maybe like a snow level in the Antarctic city or something. I don't know, I feel like maybe in Strange Brigade 2 we'll have a lot of variety in levels, but again, this is just wishful thinking. Here we are at presentation, flying at an average 68 out of 100. I would have given it so much of a higher score if it had any music. And I honestly didn't even know that it had no music until halfway through the game. I was just doing puzzles and I was like, this is dry. That's the con. What about the pros? Solid voice acting, memorable enemy introductions, and general sound effects are pleasing to the ear. Cons, like I said, literally no music. But we still have one category to go. Overall impact, let's go.
Dude, I'm like 100% juiced up. Hey, dumb cunt.
What?
Oh my god!
This key got destroyed! What the fuck? Everyone look out!
They forgot to patch.
Okay, so my overall impact on Strange Brigade is a pretty good one at that. It's automatically good in my opinion just because it has a co-op campaign so I can play with my friend. I'm always on the lookout for games like that, literally always on the lookout for games like that. One reason why I think that this game, Strange Brigade, is really good for friends to play specifically is because, I mean, it plays exactly like a couch co-op classic, sit down with your GameCube controllers. It's not too overly intricate, so it feels like a GameCube game. It's like a button smasher. It just feels really classic. One thing that would be amiss if I didn't mention it is that this game has collectibles. Not too much and not too little. A couple of them are like treasures and relics. And of course there's the gold and what me and my friend called runestones, aka they're little rocks that you use to upgrade your gun. They're pretty useful and they actually have a purpose in the game. But I gotta be honest, the other half you collect, the treasure and the relics, they're 100% useless. Say you finish a puzzle to find an artifact, and what do you get with this artifact? Pretty much nothing. I mean, yes, if you collect all the artifacts in that level, you get 1 skill point to do what? Get 1 upgrade. I mean, you can't really do much with these things. It's not the biggest thing, but it's a little bit annoying. Overall, though, I do have to say that this game is really balanced. I mean, it's really easy to start up the game, start the main menu, invite your friend. There's not like 7 different menus to go through. The gameplay is straightforward, it's not intricate like I said before. With friends, it is a very enjoyable game to play on a late Saturday night. Here we are, overall impact 80 out of 100. Pretty good if you ask me. Pros, feels like a classic couch co-op. That's pretty good. And there's also a very fluid flow to the game, which I was surprised at. Cons though, relics are not very useful, especially when puzzles are such a big part of the game. But if you boil all the numbers down for the game so far, you get a solid 7.2 out of 10 for the overall score. That's pretty good if you ask me. This game kind of came out of nowhere, but that's it. If you're looking to play this game, grab a friend, shoot some stuff, find some gold, struggle on puzzles, take down Egyptian gods, and have a blast. I'm your host, Saber Planet Gaming, and I hope you enjoy this review. Peace.
Look at his literally sunken pirate ships all the way
I
down.
wonder what this is all about.
Oh fuck. Oh, I can fire a cannon.
Oh come on, you gotta be kidding me. I love the set.
The Brigade, masters of stealth.
I fired a cannon.
Thanks for sticking around till the end. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff if you want. Also, Patreon links in the description if you want to support the channel. 50% of the proceeds go directly to charities for the environment. Really good cause. Support my channel. I'll appreciate it. Anyways, hope you enjoy the video. Peace.